Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Inner Conquest, the world's greatest modern metaphysics channel. I'm your host, Jacob Edens, and I appreciate you for joining in. So today what we're going to talk about is I had a comment the other day that asked me how to use these things to win the lottery. And I want to touch on that from a couple different perspectives, right? Because coming from somebody who's never won the lottery, I can't directly speak and tell you exactly what to do that, but I can tell you the principles to operate within that could reliably produce such a result. So when you look at reality creation, right, and you have a goal, you want to look at it from a couple different perspectives, right? So you want to ask yourself, why do I want this goal? Because if you want the goal of winning the lottery, normally what will happen is if you ask yourself, why do you want it? It's because you want a bunch of money. Okay, why do you want a bunch of money? Well, I want a bunch of money because it would give me a sense of financial relief. Okay, why do you want a sense of financial relief? Well, because I'm chronically in a state of feeling like I don't have enough money. Okay, why are you in a chronic state of feeling like you don't have enough money? Well, because every single day when I wake up, all I can see around me, my reticular activating system is trained on all of these observational patterns that are linked with negative emotions that reinforce this chronic belief system of me not having enough money, which adds an amount of stress to my life that I wish was not there. Okay. Why is that chronic habitual pattern there? Well, because I've been focusing on this pattern for long enough to use the external reality to form an identity based off of what it is telling me that I am, and it doesn't feel good. And if I can change that, then I can feel good. So if you go down the rabbit hole, always, every single time, anytime you want something, it is to feel good. Now, back to the task at hand, winning the motherfucking money. So when you go into reality creation, if you can have that understanding that the reason at your core that you want things is for that vibrational feeling relationship. You want to feel a certain way. You may not admit it at first, but you want to feel a certain way. What you want to do is understand that when you use metaphysical practices to achieve your goals, you're inverting reality. So there's a totally viable way to win the lottery where you just go and buy 1 million tickets, right? You could spend your whole life buying tickets and one of them may or may not cash out, right? You could play that game of chance externally. You could go external and you could buy lottery tickets. You could do all the steps, right? You could play the math and you could give yourself the best logical shot that you believe is possible and play that over and over again so you win, right? When you think of winning the lottery, what you want is to win the lottery and have that emotional complexion about your beingness. You want to be the version of you that has so much money that you're just like, fuck everybody. You're like, I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about a single bill. I can buy whatever I want. I want to do this, and this. Anytime I want to go to Tahiti, I can go to Tahiti. Anytime I want to buy a $100,000 car, I can buy a $100,000 car. I want to buy a $5 million house. Not an issue because I'm loaded. So when you do that, what you want to understand is that is a state of being. That is a state of chronic, excessive wealth. That is your core state that you're looking to shift. And even if you win the lottery, if you don't shift that core beingness to who you are as someone with extreme wealth, then through the laws of frequency and incompatibility, that money will dissipate in time because you always reverberate back to your internal state. No matter how quick the fix may be externally, your chronic dominant state is what is producing at mass, at large, 24/7, your entire reality. So it sucks when you first hear that because you're like, well, dude, just give me the 1, 2, 3 checkbox so I can win the lottery and then I'll be good. No, because once you do that, then you'll need more money or you'll be afraid of losing it or you'll have money issues. The most important priority is to fix the chronic state of being that you're at. And the only thing that will keep you doing that is the non-belief that that is what is creating your reality. You still have a belief of the external world dictating to you how things are. And you have to let that go. It's called the pearl of great price because if you believe in processes and practices that are not simply who you are being, then they control you. And it's the same story as Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt, which Egypt is just meant to be the land of many gods, meaning that if I want to get fit, then I need to do this diet gods regimen. Or if I need to get rich, then I need to do this job or this, and I need to win the lottery to be rich, or whatever I need to do to be rich. You look at the actual vernacular and language patterns in that, I need to do this to be this, but you are, so all you are doing all day is being. The only thing that happens is you lose your ability to choose your state or be the way you want to be, independent of external circumstances. I'm the greatest, YouTuber of all time. Well, oh, you don't have 1 million followers and you're not the greatest. See, if I entertain those thought patterns, then I become those thought patterns. I become that person. I have to cultivate an internal sense of who I am that is a stronger frequency than my external reality can tell me who I am. So when you win the lottery, you can win the lottery. I'm sure you could do sats, you could do visualizations, you could repeat it over and over and over again. I'm a lottery winner, I'm a lottery winner, and you could win that motherfucker. I'm 100% positive that you could do it. But what I'm going to recommend is to not focus so much on the singular event that will bring you one source of money that will take care of all of your worries forever. I would focus on the state. And the state begins with an identity. And hear me out on this because I think you're going to like the answer better. If you can chronically, habitually ingrain in yourself the state, first of all, with the ultimate identity. I am the creator of my reality. I am the person who gets whatever they want, whenever they want it, however they want it. That's your first assumption. Because if you don't have that identity, then your entire reality will reflect a version of you that doesn't always get what they want. So the first and foremost step is to always address your baseline biggest assumptions. And the more macro your assumptions can be, the more bandwidth they have. So if you have an identity of I'm the person who always gets what they want, no matter what, every single thing is working out for me every single time, no matter how it may seem externally, it's always just positive momentum that's recalibrating itself to my highest ideal. If you truly believe that and truly have that as your state of being, first of all, that's reflecting all the time. So now you have a stronger foundation from which to build more niche manifestations. Because don't get me wrong, I'm all about niche things. I'm all about cultivating your own experiences. But without the proper foundations of understanding your true identity and your true power, then you're always coming from a position where you have to sell out. And what I mean by sell out is there's always power in an external force. And it's very sneaky, right? If you're not 100% certain that you are the creator of your reality, then you'll always fall into these traps of, well, in order to have all the money I want, I need to win the lottery, or I need to get a new job, or I need to do this, this, and this. Totally fine to have those things, but you cannot let them be conditions on your state of being. Your state of being precedes everything. So when you have a dominant ideal self-concept of I am the version of myself who gets whatever they want 24/7, and you have that locked in and you know that to be true better than your own name, now you go, I'm a chronic winner. I win everything that I do. I'm the luckiest person that's ever existed in the entire world. Ever since I was young, I'm always just winning contests. I just seem to win contests all the time. It's kind of funny, like all of my friends, I'm thinking back, they always tell me all the time that I win contests chronically. Every single time I've ever done like a bingo or a lottery or anything like that, it's like I've always won that. Isn't that weird? Like nobody else does that, but that's me. Like I'm the person who chronically wins at everything. Like I just keep winning over and over and over and over again. I guess I just must be a winner. I guess I just must be extremely lucky. I mean, now that I think about it, I am extremely lucky. I've never not been lucky in my entire life. I kind of radiate luck. Luck is like second nature to me, ingrained in my psyche and my subconscious. I've just been the luckiest person ever when it comes to money. For whatever reason, I always keep getting winning numbers, even when I played and that's the story that you start to cultivate with the foundation of the identity. I am the person who gets what they want, and you spin the wheels of that energy and that thought and that emotion, and you lock that into your being chronically. And the key is you do that to change your state. You don't do that to directly influence the external world, right? Because if you think about it like this, you're an individualized person, and when you have a conscious mind, you use your conscious faculty to change yourself. The world you could reference as your subconscious is so complex, so many people, so many things that if you had to linearly go and execute and make this person breathe 100 times a day, 10,000 times a day, and you had to make this person get to work safe, and you had to make this person not trip and fall down the stairs, it's too much, right? So your focus is on you and your state of being, and your subconscious's job is to respond to who you're being and calibrate, coordinate, and move all of the pieces that go around. Because even with winning the lottery, there's still millions of people involved who have to pay into that. There has to be infrastructure to regulate it. There has to be laws in place to make sure that it's fair. There have to be tickets issued. Somebody's got to pay for the tickets. So your subconscious is involved with executing all of these functions externally. Your job is to be a match to what you want, because the universe can do anything. It just has to manage all of these things. So you got to give it a little bit of time to work, move, and shake, right? Because even if you have a specific person, you got to wait for that person to get the thought and change and show up as a version of them that you want them to be in your reality, right? And you can break this all down with belief systems, but thinking in that way gives you a little bit more leeway when it comes to, manifestation is immediate in the fourth dimension, but in the third dimension, there is linear time space. And if there wasn't, we'd all go absolutely bonkers, because it would be like you'd be on an acid trip. So just be happy that things are the way they are. Now, when you lock in with that really powerful self-identity of I get what I want 100% of the time, no exceptions, doesn't matter how I think or feel, you have that as your basis, I am, right? Now you use the practices to cultivate the internal experience of having it, but more importantly than just having that one win as a lottery ticket winner, you'd want to cultivate the feeling state of being a chronically wealthy, free, financially independent person, meaning that you want to be the version of yourself who is free. And the version of yourself who is free does whatever the fuck they want, and the money takes care of itself. And it sounds stupid, because when you want money, you're like, why are you talking about not having money? The feeling state is what produces manifestations in harmonial, frequential alignment with it. So if you can start to affirm and change your inner state and your inner being to, I am so rich, I can do whatever I want. And then you focus on, I can do whatever I want. Money's no issue. I can do whatever I want. I'm able to go here. I'm able to go there. I'm able to buy this house. I'm able to invest in this house. You will realize that your imaginative faculty of what you will do with the money is criminally underdeveloped, because at the root cause of the financial issue is a feeling state. And you're really trying to fix that feeling state. But once you start thinking about, now that I have $1 million, if you haven't fixed that feeling state, that's your real concern. And that's what you see all the time when people get all the money and success in the world, but they still kill themselves, because their feeling state fucking sucks. So you're trying to coordinate not only having money, but fixing that internal state. And once you fix that internal state, now you're mad empowered. Now you're able to have a high degree of self-worth. Now you feel good. Now you feel like doing things. Now you feel alive. So what you do is you say, I'm the version of myself who has all the money in the world. I am getting money every single day. Money is flowing to me in larger and larger amounts. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm the richest man, woman in the entire world. I'm so happy and grateful now that I can spend as much money as I want to and have 10 to 100 times come back every single time I exert any type of financial influence on my reality. I'm the richest individual in the entire world. I love having money because I love investing in things. I love buying fancy cars. I love going to fancy dinners. I love treating my friends. I love having excess cash in case somebody needs some money. I love taking my friends on fancy golf trips. I like buying the nicest suits. I like buying the nicest cars. It's so fun to need a new computer and go to bestbuy.com and build the nicest computer that's 10 times what I would have normally spent and have it not even make a dent. It feels so good to get the dopamine rushes on my phone every single day of payments coming in left, right, center. And you build that emotional reality. And that is your primary emphasis, because that state, once it's chronically locked in, has to reverberate in the holographic reflective mirror that is your third dimensional reality. So that's how you win the lottery in my perspective. I hope you guys had a great video. Feel free to check out the coaching in the link tree in the description below. Leave comments if you guys want any other videos made. And other than that, go conquer. Have a wonderful day.